Let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
With school districts grappling with tighter budgets, 8 small towns in eastern Connecticut are getting creative by combining resources to serve special education students this summer. It's a really fantastic program and much needed. Joining me now this morning, we have Patrice McCarthy, the Executive Director of the Connecticut Association of Boards of Education, and Valerie Bruno, the Superintendent of Scotland Elementary School. Great to have you both here this morning talking about this really important topic. Valerie, let's start with you. Scotland is one of the towns participating in this program. Tell me the why behind it.
Thank you. Good morning. The why behind it is that smaller districts are struggling. They're struggling with resources to service the needs of all students, particularly this ESY, this extended school year, which is a summer program for special education students and meeting their needs. We found that the difficulty was you really need a large number of professionals, staff-wise, to service a small group of kids, 10 or 12 adults to meet the needs of 5 or 6 students, and that gets expensive. And it's also very difficult to find and staff these programs. So if we work together and we create a collaborative program, we can make sure that we have a rigorous, fun program to service the needs of the kids in the summer. So it was out of need, out of necessity that we did this, but it's really become a great program. So that was the why.
And it is state law, for those that don't know, that special education must continue through the summer months. But as you mentioned, that requires a lot of money. It requires finding the right qualified support staff. So by pooling resources, Patrice, that has to benefit students.
Absolutely. It creates a wonderful environment for students and really serves as a model for districts looking at how can they best serve their students with constrained resources, and it's innovative and it's collaborative. And we see, particularly in this case, school board members coming together with their superintendents in a very meaningful way so that they are focused on what are the student needs and how can we best meet those needs, despite the fact that we really have a lot of fiscal constraints.
And this is made possible through a state grant. Hopefully this is just the start of grants on the way. But Valerie, finding the support staff is the challenge during the school year as well. We talk a lot about the staffing shortage, especially finding these qualified special education teachers. Is that something you're seeing in your school district as well?
It is, Bridget. It's difficult in a lot of the small towns because people don't realize, even during the school year, a fair number of our staff members are part-time. And so we do a lot of sharing and collaborating year-round. The speech teacher, for example, over the course of the summer, she already knows a lot of the students from the sending districts because she services kids in multiple towns. Superintendents are part-time in some of these districts. We've got some shared occupational therapists. So it is something that we do year-round anyways, so it was perfect to merge right into the summer. And a lot of our students were already familiar with some of these staff members from the 10 months of the school year.
So they're able to make that connection and carry it through. Yes. Patrice, after looking at this program and how effective it's been, what does the future look like? What can other districts learn from this?
Well, we certainly at the School Boards Association serve as a resource for the 1,400 volunteer school board members. And they'll be in touch with us saying, how can we collaborate? What are the models that exist? So we see districts already talking about how can they share other services, for example, back office services, technology, human resources, where they don't necessarily need a full-time person in each district, but by sharing can deliver the services in a more cost-effective manner.
And relatively easy to get to and from each place?
Well, in part, yes, but technology can do a lot, but we know that the districts that Valerie is working with actually got a grant specifically for the transportation because that was the obstacle, the transportation cost.
That was definitely, Patrice, definitely one of the largest obstacles. There are about 4 other towns that were interested in joining this model, and when push came to shove in the end, it was the transportation. And so the grant that we received this summer, largest part of that grant will be utilized for the transportation, and it's been amazing. The children that attend the program, they go from preschool to grade 6, and so it is difficult for parents also to not only transport from their towns, but to put a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old on a bus ride that would be 45 or 50 minutes. So we were able to work with a transportation service to make sure that each town had transportation into Scotland Elementary. So
fantastic. Next summer as well, we can see a
yes,
return?
and we may be looking at about 10 districts next year. So this is
expanding.
our third year, and every year we have new participants, and so we're hoping for about 10 next summer if the funding continues. It'll be wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, we'll help you get the word out right here on Fox 61. Really appreciate it, Valerie Patrice. An important topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to put all this information on our website, fox61.com. Send it back to you in studio.